Hi guys, welcome back to the Little Piece of Heaven Farm. And today it's a little bit different. I'm going to show you some of our popular low carb recipes that I done a few years ago. I'm going to have Farron put them together in one video. So bear with us. It's probably going to be a little long, but that's okay. I've had a few people ask me about some of the low carb recipes. So why not? Why not put them together and make one video? There's some desserts and some dinners in there. So let's get into this video and I hope you enjoy it. Hi guys, welcome to Little Piece of Heaven Farm. I'm Cheryl and today we're in the kitchen and we're going to make my version of cheeseburger casserole. Right now I have about 1.5 pounds of ground beef brownie and I'm going to brown that all up. And this recipe is kind of simple. It's not too complicated. Just brown this up a little bit. Get it going. And I'm going to add some of this Weber steak and chop seasoning. Just to give it some flavor. And we'll just brown this up, and then we're going to drain the grease off of it after the onions and green peppers cook. I'll be adding those in once this gets browned. Okay, it's getting browned a little bit, and I'm going to start adding in my onions and green peppers. These were grown in our garden. So was the onions. And it's just a couple green peppers. I did put a little bit of jalapeno peppers in there. And I would say about a medium to small onion. And let this cook for a little bit. And you're also going to need a casserole dish of some kind. Okay, I couldn't tell you what size this is. It's a 3-quart casserole dish. That's what it says on the bottom. And you use what you have, you know. If you have one of those big frying pans that you can put in the oven, I would use one of those. Don't forget to drain your meat and onions and green peppers. Then place them back in the pot. And then we're going to add half of a block of cream cheese. And reserve the other half for later. I'm going to melt this cheese down. Okay, then the next thing we're going to do, we're going to put our meat mixture in the bottom of our casserole dish. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is put 3 eggs. Oops. That wouldn't taste very good, would it? Let me wash my hands. And I'm just going to add everything together. You're going to need to have a tablespoon of Dijon or some type of brown mustard. And this is the brown mustard I make. I'll be doing a video on that soon. So we'll be doing that. And we're going to be putting in some heavy whipping cream, a half a cup to a cup. I'm going to use about half of it for right now. And add some cheese. I have some cheddar here. And then I'm going to put in the rest of my mozzarella. I just wanted to get rid of that bag. And we're going to whisk this all up. And you don't have to put the mozzarella in. I just did it because I just wanted to get rid of the bag. You can put more cheddar in it if you like. Now we're going to pour this over this. And spread it around. we're going to put in some of our dill pickles that we made. Yes, I said dill pickle. And you can not add these in if you don't want to. That's all up to you. And you're just going to put it on top of the mixture. It's kind of like having a cheeseburger without the bun. And we're only going to put it in the oven long enough just to melt the cheese and cook the egg. These pickles smell so good. Okay. And then what we're going to do, we're going to take the rest of our cream cheese and we're going to cut it into chunks and just drop them in the dish anywhere. And we're going to take the rest of our cheddar cheese and put it on top. You also can put bacon on, which I didn't have any, which is kind of sad. But yeah, you're going to put all this cheese on. And preheat your oven 350, and we're going to put this in and we're going to bake it for 30-35 minutes. Okay, and I'll bring you back when it's done. Okay guys, I just brought it out of the oven. And we're going to let it sit here and rest for about 5-10 minutes. And then we'll cut it into it. Okay guys, we're going to cut into this. Smells really good. Of course, the first piece always wants to fall apart. Okay, this is it. It's not too shabby. I mean, you could also make a, if you make it for dinner, you can add like a side of a vegetable or a salad, and you'll be good to go. Hi guys, welcome to a Little Piece of Heaven Farm. I'm Cheryl, and today we're going to make chicken chili. It's low carb, keto friendly. So we're going to put it in our slow cooker. I'm going to put it on high. And I'm also incorporating some of the canned goods that I can this year. I canned chicken, carrots, made my marinara sauce. I have diced tomatoes and some frozen green peppers I put up. So let's get started on making this chili. So the first thing we're going to need is 1.5 pounds of boneless chicken thighs. Well, I have my chicken breasts that I canned, and it was breast meat. Okay, so it's 1.5 pounds boneless chicken breast, so I'm using 2 of my pints. I'm going to pour that in, and we'll break these up after a while. Then it calls for a cup of chopped onion and green pepper and 3 cloves of garlic. What I went ahead and did is pre-chopped a little over a cup of red onion, and these are onions that we grew, and my garlic that I grew this year. I grew elephant garlic, so I got 1 big ginormous clove that I cut up, putting that in the pot. And it says a cup of chopped green peppers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a small handful in. These are frozen, so I'm just breaking them up as I go. And they preserve so well this year. And I didn't even blanch these. They have come out a lot better not blanching. But all these peppers came from my garden. It's a combination of green peppers and the not a jalapeno pepper. It's a non-spicy pepper. So there's about a cup in there. And then I'm going to add some celery. I'm going to put in the rest of my dehydrated celery. That's a little over a 1/4 cup. And then I'm going to put in some celery seed that I have. Yeah, a little bit of the celery seed. About a teaspoon. And then it calls for a cup of round carrots. So I'm using the carrots that I canned. And I'm going to pour that in there. And they want a 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes. But here's my diced tomatoes from my garden. And it also calls for an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. And I'm putting in a whole quart jar of my marinara. I'm going to give that a good stir. So I can get all this stuff incorporated, mixed together here. And have the crock pot turned on high, because it won't take long to reheat all this stuff up. And then we're going to add a half a teaspoon of cumin. And then we're going to add in some oregano. And that's a teaspoon. And it calls for 1 heaping tablespoon of chili powder, but I don't want that spicy, so I'm just going to eyeball it. And I'm putting in maybe about a half a tablespoon. And then salt and pepper to taste, and a bay leaf. Well, my bay leaves are a little tiny, so I'm going to put a couple in. And a little bit of black pepper. I'm going to stir that in. And you can have this over cauliflower rice or zucchini, or just eat it straight. I think we're going to eat it just straight once it gets started. And it already smells great. And the zucchini, if you add zucchini into it, it added the last 30 minutes. It says it should take about 3 hours to cook and heat up. So I'll bring you back when it's done. Welcome back, guys. Here's our chili. And I had to what's the word I'm looking for? Transfer the chili into my little stock pot here. Something happened with the breaker or something with the crock pot. So I put it in here. It turned out really good. It smells good, great. I'm gonna serve it up and give you a taste test. Smells really, really good. Okay, let's taste this. This is amazing. It's really, really good. The vegetables are a little... Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Little Piece of Heaven Farm. It's Saturday morning on a rainy day, and this morning we're going to make a low-carb cinnamon roll. This is the first time I'm making it, so bear with me, and we'll learn together. This is a new adventure for me. I'm trying to lose some weight, and I'm going low-carb, keto type of stuff, which is really good. I'm surprised that it doesn't taste like diet food, but it's really good. I have a video out making rolls that I made into like a hamburger bun. They're low carb, and it's really good. Anyway, let's get this show on the road, and I'll get you going while I quiet down Raven, because she's got to be talking today. All right, stay tuned. Okay, guys, in a bowl, with these type of flours that we're using today, they're nut flours, and we're using almond flour, we're using coconut flour, we're using some flaxseed, which I put in my little coffee grinder and made it more like a meal, like a flour. We're using xanthan gum. This is more like a binder, like what you would find in store-bought breads for yeast and gluten. So this is more or less like our gluten. And I'm using a monk fruit sweetener. As you can see, there's no calories, no carbs, everything 0, which is pretty good. So with these flours and all, you need to sift them, because they come out really clumpy because they're very moist. So yeah, so we're going to sift them. I don't really actually have a sifter, but this would work. I'm going to pour it in, and we're starting off with our dry ingredients. It's 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons of almond flour. I'm going to pour that in there. And then we're going to do a 1/3 cup of coconut flour. I'm going to start this here. Get this going. And you just got to keep on working it to try to get the clumps out. And then I'm going to add my 2 tablespoons. No, I take that back. 2 teaspoons, not tablespoons, teaspoons of baking powder, and a teaspoon of the monk fruit. I'm going to put that in there, sift it in. In it. This is exciting. It's a new adventure, and we'll be, trying some recipes out on this, and I do my normal stuff too. I'm just trying to cut down on weight that I gained in the last 3 months. In the summer, at the end of June, I was hospitalized with kidney failure, and I had a kidney stone that was 3.5 inches long and 1/8 inch thick in one kidney. So needless to say, I was very sick, and they had to remove it by lasers, and I still have 2 pieces of stone in there left that they're watching. So it was, and they're in spots that they couldn't get the laser in. But anyway, I'm doing good. So, but I gained extra weight, you know, because I couldn't really do too much. After the surgery, I had 5 surgeries. That was 2 weeks, about 2 weeks apart for each surgery. So we're mixing this together. And we're going to put this in our blender. Two tablespoons of softened butter. And we're going to add some buttermilk that I had. The recipe calls for 3 tablespoons of cream and a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. I had this buttermilk in the refrigerator and I wanted to use it up before it goes bad. So if you put apple cider vinegar or any vinegar in your cream or milk product, it's going to make it buttermilk. So I skipped that step. So I have 4 tablespoons of buttermilk that I'm pouring in. And putting in our sweetener, which was the monk fruit, and that was a 1/4 cup, okay? And then I need 3 tablespoons of water. Let me go get some water. So I'm going to put that in. And we're also going to be, you know, making the filling. Put this on so I don't make a mess. I'm already making a mess all over the counter. And we're going to turn this on and we're going to mix it up. And you know what I forgot? I forgot the 3 eggs. I'm like looking in there, I'm like, oh my God, there's something missing. Yes, and 3 eggs. Oh my God. See, I told you guys. It's early in the morning. There you go. And turn it back on. We'll let that mix for a little bit and then I'll bring it back. Okay guys, to get the dough out, because these doughs are pretty moist, either wet your fingers with water, or what I found out, using a little bit of olive oil on your hands works out really good. And we're going to get all the dough off our little mixer thing, paddle. And we'll start working the dough. And this is supposed to make 9 cinnamon rolls. And what we're going to do is work the dough a little bit. And we're going to flatten it out on parchment paper in between two sheets, because it does like to stick. Let me go wash my hands. Okay, so we're going to roll it out. We're going to try to get it as much of a rectangle as we can. Can you guys see what I'm doing? There you go, a little bit. How's that? Okay. Okay, this is like a little thick on this side. I'm gonna put some right here. Might be a little thin right there. Okay. Alright, we're going to put this aside and then we're going to make the filling. Okay guys, for the filling, we're going to be using a quarter stick of butter, which is like 4 tablespoons, and it's softened. I also put it in the microwave because it was still a little hard. So we're going to put that in. And then we're going to get our sweetener. And it says 2 teaspoons. No, take it back, 3 teaspoons. 1, 2, 3, and we're using the monk fruit now. And 2 of the cinnamon. Okay, and let's mix this up well. And the inspiration for this, I got this recipe from Keto Connections. It's a young couple. They're pretty knowledgeable on their keto page and channel. They do a lot of testing new products and things in their recommendations. And they came up with this recipe. And it's supposed to be like the #1 cinnamon roll recipe on YouTube. I'm going to add a little bit more sugar into this. Add another teaspoon. And a little bit more cinnamon. And this is all just a preference for you guys. And then we're going to spread it out on our dough. And I'll be right back. Okay, and it says to pour this on and spread it out. And I'll also link their channel in the description and with the recipe, the original recipe, because I had to veer off of it because I had the buttermilk. And while we're rolling this, we're going to be using the parchment paper to help us too. So I'm going to oil my fingers and I'm going to try to get this going. There we go. It's a going. And always gotta re-oil. And I did get it kind of thin in a couple spots, but hey, we'll work with it. It's all good. And just keep rolling. Okay, I'm going to spray our little pan here. And we're going to cut this. And what they suggested is to oil up the knife a little bit so it doesn't stick. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, mine's a little short by 1, but that's good for me. I think I rolled them a little bit too tight. I could have put more, I think I could have put more cinnamon on. But hey, this is the first time I'm making these and it's a learning thing. As long as they taste good, right? Okay, so I'm going to bring it back after they come out of the oven. They go in at 400 degrees for 5 minutes, and then you drop down your temperature to 350 for 15 to 20 minutes. And then we'll come back and we'll make the icing. Okay guys, cinnamon rolls came out of the oven already, and I'm having them cool. So we're going to get on making the frosting. And the frosting is 2 tablespoons of butter. You want them softened to melt it. however you want to do it. Get it melted, that's fine. And then what I did, I took the monk fruit sweetener and I put it in my coffee grinder and I powdered it. You can buy the keto powdered sugars. Why do that when you have your sweetener already? You just powder it. But if you don't have a coffee grinder or something like that, yeah, go ahead and buy it. I'm just trying to save you guys some money. But the next, we're going to do 2 ounces of cream cheese, and I cut it up in little chunks. And what we're going to do, we're going to blend these together. Then you're going to add your 2 tablespoons of your monk fruit. And you're going to add in 2 to 4 tablespoons of cream. I'm going to start off with 2. One more for right now. Okay, and next we're going to add a little bit, a pinch of salt. So I can get the darn bag open. And this is pink Himalayan salt. And vinegar and vanilla we're going to put in. And that's to taste, about a teaspoon, I guess. That tastes pretty good. Okay. Let me get this all out of the way and I'll bring the... Okay guys, here they are. They turned out pretty nice, huh? Just like cinnamon rolls on the bottom. Okay. Let me get a little plate here. And they're still slightly warm. So, I'm going to spread one up. Let me get a fork. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, time for a taste test. Oh my God. That is amazing. With frosting, and cream cheese frosting, it's out of this world. And cinnamon rolls, to die for. They're really great. You wouldn't believe it. Hi guys, welcome to Little Piece of Heaven Farm. Today we're going to make a low carb shepherd's pie. And in my pan, I melted some baking grease that I keep. And then I'm going to do a little over a quarter of a large onion. I'm going to get that going. And I'm going to press in some garlic. Wow. This elephant garlic's hard to press. I think it'd be better if I just chopped it up. And I chopped up some garlic, since that little press didn't want to press the elephant garlic. I'm going to stir that in. Okay, this is a little bit over a pound of ground beef that we're going to brown up. Okay, I'm going to add some rosemary, and then I'm doing maybe about a tablespoon, I guess. And then I'm going to add some thyme. And this is about a good healthy teaspoon. A little bit of pepper. About a half a teaspoon of pepper. Now mix this all in. And to this shepherd pie tonight, I'm going to add some spinach. I need to use up some spinach that I have in the fridge before it goes bad. Okay, I'm going to drain the ground beef. And okay, I'm going to add a couple teaspoons of tomato paste and about a half a cup of Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to stir this in. Then I'm going to add in about a teaspoon of Better Than Bouillon, beef based, and a dash of water. About a quarter cup of water. And I'm stirring this in. to help bring some flavor, more flavor in. Okay, I'm going to add some baby carrots I chopped up and some green beans from the garden that I froze this summer. And I'm going to add spinach. Normally spinach isn't in shepherd's pie, but I wanted to use this so it doesn't go bad on me. And let this wilt down. It smells really great. Okay guys, I'm going to pour in my cauliflower, and yes, I kind of cheated. It is after work. So I put in 2 little packages of the Green Giant cauliflower rice into my food processor. And it's nice and hot. And I'm going to add some melted butter. That's just like a couple, oh, maybe a 1/4 cup. And then I'm going to put in some cream cheese. And this is about 2 ounces of cream cheese that I cubed. And 1/2 teaspoon of salt and pepper. And some Swiss cheese I shredded. Well, ripped up I should say, not really shredded. And this is about 1/2 cup of heavy cream. And I'm missing 1 cheese. Let me go get some more of my cheese. Okay, I'm going to put in the rest of my Mexican style cheese. Just want to use it all up. I'm going to make this kind of cheesy. And a little bit of this mozzarella. And put the lid on. And we're going to pulse it. Scrape down the sides. And do it again a little bit. Okay. This is how you want it, nice and creamy. I don't know if you can see that. And now we're going to go assemble our shepherd's pie. Okay, now I'm gonna put it in my little pie plate here. this out. This smells so good. And now I'm going to spoon in our cauliflower. This looks so good. I make shepherd pies with, you know, the traditional shepherd pie with mashed potatoes and stuff, but I figured let's try it low carb, since that's what I've been trying to do. Okay. That's 400-degree oven for about 20 minutes, and then I'll bring you back when it's finished. Just now came out of the oven. It's all nice and golden brown. And I'm going to let it sit for a little bit, let it settle, and then I'm going to cut into it and show you. Okay, I'm going to slice into it. I let it sit for about 5 minutes. And I'll show you what it looks like. First piece always falls apart. But yeah, it is a little runny because I think I might have put a little bit too much water, even though it was only a quarter cup. But, and also I have spinach in it. But anyway, it turned out pretty good. It's not beautiful, but it sure does smell good. And this is what's for dinner: low carb shepherd's pie. Hi guys, welcome back to a little piece of heaven farm. I'm Cheryl. And tonight we're cooking a Philly cheesesteak casserole, and we're gonna have some cauliflower mash to go along with it. I put in some bacon grease, and now I'm putting in a couple little slabs of butter. I'm gonna get my onions and green peppers going and get them cooking here. And I cheated today and bought some that are already cut up from work. I worked a little late, so it's going to be a little late of a dinner. I'm going to mix that in here. to get these all caramelized. And I'll bring you back when we get to the next step. Okay guys, this is sweated enough. And we're going to put everything in a casserole dish and put it in the oven at 350. And we're just going to pre-cook everything. And I got some meat here. It is very thinly cut sirloin. So I just cut it in strips. I'm going to put them in here and get these browning up. And we're going to layer it kind of like lasagna. I'm going to add some seasoning. And the seasoning I'm using is Steak and Chop from Weber. And this was a couple pounds of meat. So we're just going to let this cook a little bit, brown up a little bit. Then we're going to start layering it, put our cheeses on. And I'll bring you back when we get to the next step. Okay, I'm going to turn off the burners now, and we're going to start layering this. And I don't have provolone, so I'm just going to use what I have, and we'll call it good from there. Okay, so we're going to take some of the meat and the onions and peppers and put it down on the bottom. And I'm going to use some of the mushrooms I canned. And I canned these last year. So eventually I'll do a video on these soon. And we're going to put some of the Swiss cheese on it. And then I got this like Mexican type of style cheese. This is just going to be a little bit different. This is the cheese I had. I knew I had a bunch of cheese I need to use up. I'm going to add some more mixture on top with the meat, and we're going to add some mushrooms. And some more cheese. Okay, I'm going to add more cheese on the top. And I'm going to top it off with a little bit of mozzarella. And then we're going to put this in the oven for about 20 minutes until the cheese is all nice and bubbly. Okay. Alright guys, I'm going to put this in the oven and I'll bring you back when it's finished. And this is what's for dinner tonight. Philly cheesesteak casserole. And I'm going to plate up some. So bear with me. Okay guys. This is our Philly steak that came out with our cauliflower mash, and I topped it off with a little extra cheese. But this is what's for dinner tonight. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. That was pretty fun. Anyway, I appreciate you guys coming by the farm today and hanging out and seeing some of our older videos put together. For one, excuse that's my oven let me know it's ready. Yes, I'm in the middle of making another video for you guys. But anyway, I appreciate it, and I'm excited. We're growing by leaps and bounds, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And any of you new subscribers, welcome. And sit back with a cup of coffee, your feet up, and enjoy these videos. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot, and I'll see you on this next upcoming video. Take care. Love you guys. Bye.